Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed on this show by the host or the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect those of the channel. Furthermore, the views and the opinions of the guest or the guests do not reflect those of the host or the hosts and of the channel.
So this is our code of conduct. Dumelang gape o le a mo itse ka nako e gore ke mang. By now la saloganya gore ke la ke kgosi mang. Ba ba nkitseng sentle ba re ke letebele he lentshonyana la bora mesega wa maitsukula kanabe. Setlhabe sa mo red cross se ditseng batho go ga tsela ka sapo la motho le le phesuwa. Gompieno ke na le a very very special guest. O itse ga se gantsi o kopana le batho ba itseng go kwala. Ha se gantsi o kopana le batho ba ileng gore ba itse go kwala, ba itse fashion, they well versed, educated. So vandag dinale na ke di Mjeiks. Ha ke itse le do ipitsa mara. Like all the guests that we have Mumuitsi know him or her podcast. What they call us? Those siame
Ya ke monata lo.
how are all monate ke monate.
Wara ke na warumbiza ma Mjeiks. No ali ta ke mo jalefa. Ya se fane ngilwa yani. Ke musima ra pudi no gana pa le mo deraste. Ke khoyetse teng ke anka itse. Ya. Tse ding tse ka tsa kana moto. Ke tla di bu ke ka tsa moto ana ntse tsamaya. Ding tse di tlokamo umbuza dipotso mare ya. In essence ke nao Mjalefa milwanyane wa podi no gana po deraste. Ke khoyetse teng. I did most of my schooling go teng go tla kwa high school until ke tswa ke Pretoria. We I pursued my qualifications in information technology and computer science. And then I was next sponsor like Nedbank.
Yeah.
I was on a sponsorship. Graduated kabereka to Nedbank as a junior programmer, the similar as a junior programmer. And then I worked my way up. So the programming, filled the programmer 2 until I became a senior. So I was for 5 years until Yaku UH. But I was a consultant when Bambile go Vodacom, which was our client. And then he became for 2 years. And then I left Kabola when Nedbank happy.
Bajora diga yo de.
Era, I don't got the gola bill. The player bill. Yeah, I Kabola thing, but I was visiting as an analyst.
Yeah.
I went into analysis because eventually Nigawata Hola into architecture.
Yeah.
Then Nigawata branch into solutions architecture. So I'll spend another 5 years go there.
Could be.
Until I left after on even where I'm, what are we up right now at solutions and for AXA. That's my name.
Nice baby. Yes.
But I don't you'd been on the side,
Yeah.
2016 I never started an IT company called Pure IT, which I've been running for a while. We specialize in IT most of the time, but we do other things. But IT is our main, with our core function.
It's still core function.
From your basic IT functions, networking, systems design, software, hardware, everything. When we do, I do everything.
Like it, so like you love to give a raki within 20. Mara rumitagila
So yeah, that's specialized. This is specialized on how we all the way to AI, man.
Yeah.
Just a few weeks ago, when you get a product design for a client, I won't go into too much detail, but we build a loan application platform, and we target the student because some students are not sponsorship, and but they've got too many commitments. So actually, this is now. Tshwanetse ba petse ga ba etseng and eventually tshwanetse a emele e nngwe tsene so ga gona le bobuka exam ya fenteng a e banganyetse so ke teng fa tsenang teng ga batho ba dependent so ke application in every build
Yeah, Anna Mojalefa, you doing major things.
go ntse man ba re ne ke go go brisa
Creepy fair.
Reske
Ara shota kasi pereske no people barata go botsa especially the young people. Ya ka nne go bolelela as we started gore batho ba banyane ba ba golang ka tlase ga rona. They would be asking us ya o kry ba a le anwa go Gauteng le etsa eng sentle go Gauteng go ba sa tlhaloganya gore mara di manera mmona o tlhagae every month end mara ga re itse go dira eng. So I'm glad gore you went into detail as to Sendentle, what did you study? What is your daily or 9 to 5? Because dinako tse dintsi batho ga banke ba tlhaloganya se di se dirang, which I feel it's unfair, especially to the young people.
Yeah, it is because can you get a friend of mine, this thing how to expose what we view and the opportunities that exist outside of our small town, and what these kids what they see on TV is they celebrity.
Yeah.
So more podcasting, which is good because now these people or these kids up. Mjalefa go letse mo dinokana ba ka la like go letse go kae mo ditholeng tse re le mo tsene right now, and o kgonne go grab opportunities even though a go letse them. So all our lenna I can do that.
That's so true.
Lenna because most of the time la ga wile gae o ba le mekolo ya gago ga ba go bona ba ipulela rona ke moeng ba ba la san ka ba sa itse the way ba sa mega ngate mo thuleng mo ke teng go tswang teng mo wena o ntse o sukoralo o tsa phone mo se half tlhante wa
So itse re itewa wana Mojalefa
ke mo le sa ka 6 o kla bona ngwana ta ga ka sa fara le ke wa ntalo ga pete re ga ba kgona go bona gore mara even though re le mo situation in Zinjana for lent in fact we can still make something of ourselves, so how kanya we are inviting ordinary people into a podcast. I like it because like people can relate, unlike Rebone black coffee motivating and you don't know what black coffee also and most of these people you about the man by the private school, right? So you tempo no because like it's a whole no like it's a week thing it's a some shit and which is one of the reasons why I wrote the book by the Clark at the but yes, one caravan good. This one is since in Yalaga kind to or but one at the table. Hi, but Habai or the Nazi in Mohau. Now, President Zamika Kuchini. And I don't know bad. I do that. Why now? How many luxuries of an old manager? But I get there just because they can. Now look, I get there, we polite because the mother in so immediately after high school, I did very well.
Yeah.
I was one of the students in the real convention center. I was one of the top students the Northwest State. I really was the awards from the NEC at the time.
Yeah.
And then there were a lot of opportunities that I was I got offered bursary mechanical engineering, chemical engineering. There were a couple of engineering opportunities. And then my dad kind of we're excited, and obviously because ga se motho e leng gore o na le madi.
Yeah. Obvious.
So ene ano ene ana le relationship le my former principal Mr. Mjeiks ne ke tšhomo so o founela ena mmolela re mona ka la mokako ona le di offer tse dintseng jana so nna ga ke mmolela gore no mara ga ke maje nna ke bula engineering cause ka itse ke na matsona ha re twa so ka konzera ka matso ka iki wa ndalo ka faksha mara mo so ya no ene we excited because wa bona gore go ta tuition accommodation ba patela sengwe and so for ene wait man o mo rero wa da go mfusha ke mmolela gore no nna ga ke baje ba zena ke ba tsa engineering kwa ga stream sa ga kwa te nero because now ona no to ta ga o ta ga shele te mthapo a bua na no a re ro registration ke bokana re ba ta accommodation re ka grassing and something came up yes a net bank came to play and ka ba sha ba ne ba mfala la wentsinyana mara wa itse ro file ba wa itse ro file o tsu bulla no ba ba ta check book ya photosynthesis royal ka photosynthesis but tomorrow mara mutaku mara photosynthesis mara go IT computer science detail so mara wa ta ba yo sto te o mwada yeah so the opportunity to man and now it's to make out on it ahora hola mo obviously file Pitoria taxa honna na interview aka ira na wa fashera but eventually you pick yourself up mujike mo ha ro bole le batho ba hore Pidori imona le Pidori mona kana Pidori ga ba de islamang o gona hore ka lampido re la boraro fela o panele boso e re 250 or 150 all beers and ciders from 4 to 6 or na go ma wanta lwa kana wa 50 rand mo kheti how you are no mo se buso go botla wa zela ra ka 24 suppose it try yes perfect kana bo be Thursday is student night, buy one get one free also student card. Friday weekend is weekend is bulu. So Pitorio emana. Or just which available idea Europa or idea Guata. House one that I wrote a student card. How I got 12 about for 24. No monato no thing and how we and how tiny. Timing
is the most important thing. Bana highly for the motivational talk. Timing is very important. Eke nako ya gore o semelle o bale ya go tsana bwa mona ya go ene go monate yang o le go tertiary o iketsetsa monate wa gaba.
And you know what the other thing Elon was trying to really emphasize it. Monato because right now ke na le level Hadila Rai, but like a thing and score low and then my dad was go anabato or no, a king, they made something of this. Homonat, then Falle Valley, the odd ones, or Pale, Mutunteras Corole, and Maturanda. And you realize for one of this thing, lack of exposure to opportunities. I don't know. Because multi-fila or sharp capacity metric sharp. Yeah, Pandago and mine. Most of the time, though, comes to mind, Corno. But still made my back in my. Some of them create opportunity because Baholo never call and tell I am the collision with people real accommodation and the buffer sure get poor. You know, Honamana, so can you one your timing? Very, very important because we tell so we need to remind them that it's okay. So, you know, it's okay 3 years, 4 years, you know. Yes. From there on, you can do whatever you want to create a mirror. You know, just secure that qualification. Even if after securing it, or you decide not to use it, but you know it, a fallback plan.
And it got to go. It's not like Leroda, you know, or study seats or whatever that you want to start. How's the minimum? It's not necessarily what you study.
It's not. You know, Coral Chumiaga on us studies are it had to biomedicine more MGI. Then one day he came to me and said, you want to branch out into IT. You don't have to go to university or to a college or to pursue a formal IT qualification. Kibige mo rage what of specialize agaye. You might have done research. Kibige mo fa the information there. Yeah, IT is broad. You start from school there, right? Yeah. You know, systems analysis, business analysis, project management, you know, explains a lot, architecture, blah, blah, blah. I want to know, if you find information, I don't know. He wants to do data. Well, you know, it's very simple. Some of you short course you did, business intelligence, you start class, SQL Server integration services, analysis services, reporting services. Give you certificates that you get. Yeah. Now, within 2 months of his he became employed as a data analyst who is at some company. Exactly. He's a senior data analyst. And the one thing he doesn't stop an IT on a high bad. And high bad do stop. But because today, the shift from saving data on your physical machine to cloud computing.
How's in that not cloud computing? But what about no? You can use now AI to extrapolate and make this a meaningful.
You know, look at all technologies you know, photo oriented weapon. So opportunities there, we just need to expose them. Yeah. Orona arete or the bit about so. So because at that time was not social media was not right now there's social media. You know, everything is there. Everything is there. But we use it for our own reasons. True. Like we use it for slander, which is wrong.
Yeah, it's what I like the fact that we're directly in them. What really people have to understand about technology, it can either benefit you or it can mess you up. And from, I would say, for instance, where Nalo and I came from in terms of in terms of technology, you go more lepe. Obone motha go tswang go Limpopo kore motho vele o tshwanang le dinokana wa go Limpopo. Yeah. But they move a mouse at a mouse o be mo screen.
And it can go even there. And a refugee open the hour a mouse is going obsolete. You know, mouse is colored in such a Robert keys. Yeah. Didn't know how many people actually buy physical on bargain mouses. Hey. But as a mice, get mouse.
Mice whole thinking mice, thinking mouses. It's like it's huge, and I appreciate the fact that you are willing to share such detailed journey of Joe na get dinokana na get studies IT to a point where I am, and I've struggled.
I really have Abuti. I used to do very, very well, extremely well. I was good. Happy to go it. You know, you open to the class, confidence. Yeah. You know, confidence, programming 101. You know, basics. I know what the professor or you know, the fact that kids what you know can't on its own is a disadvantage. Hey. And people need to understand that already we are disadvantaged by where we come from and what we are exposed to. How then our classing the professor with our questions programming leaders. First time in Kibo good programming, you know. Since Bube is Shawani Kibona Charina Venompe. Ask questions Patubara, you know. These kids they programming from grade 9. You know, I was in class with this other boy, Manabarki Divan Beg, I'll never forget his name. Yeah. Younger than me, he was 2 years younger than me, but in the later first year. This boy, I had a conversation with him, Abu Awarno, system capturing the results of athletics in his high school, was designed and developed by him. Yes. So you understand the gap.
Yes, he's already there.
I have to catch up. Yeah. And some of, but fortunately I was under a sponsorship. But Baba, like this about some of them or Baba just say, oh, from disadvantage.
Disadvantage background.
They have to get day jobs or night jobs to try and cover what is the basic.
Yeah.
So already disadvantage that thing, it doubles, triples. Because trying to bereka, trying to study, and my views was times I was trying to catch up.
You have to always
Because go set Ali already. He's got the experience. Sarah revealed to auto qualifications.
send that to
Auto come certificate. Because already he knows all these things. He's done it indirectly. And the exposure, Harkar or internet, it didn't only this TV. It was Alexa.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, Runamo TV, one we usually Gazlam. We don't have that DSTV and the channel. They do all that. They do all that. Runal SABC 1, 2, 3, ETV, and we don't have internet. Internet at the time as a lot.
What's the like that?
And now the internet is everywhere, but we are not utilizing it. You know, the way you turn them utilize to the best of its ability.
Yeah. That is so true.
Because social media right now, you know, over Google what it was there. Social media is exactly that. The information you need is available on social.
All the way.
It's all there. We can follow the right pages. Instead of follow Mango, go like bad podcast.
And it's true. Ha okay, o follow like the podcast. Mara osa kire sepe go tswa mo go bona. Ile di khaba one.
You go see it, you know. We'll make G with a hot man with
and they can use it for
and that's what we subscribe to. You know, we subscribe to gossip. We don't enrich our sides. You know, we don't at all. We don't, and that's wrong. But anyway, we'll get into it.
So, like, it's interesting that you got into the person that, you know, Berger, like you say, Ivan Berger. Gore di manye ga tso mo mondong ya gago.
Yeah.
Meaning being disadvantaged that much. Go nnile le some sort of a mental health situation scar that made you say, yeah, for fa ya sokola na gona le ba bang ba sokoli.
You know, there was another one. When Bozo, and then that's why
Bozo na so go nyapa.
Yeah, man. How I got into his room, ne? Kores. Urudo patuso, ne? Yeah, whatever I say, project, yeah, programming or whatever. How then ufkara abuze screen say forward. Hi.
We both on
Over. Wait to respond online. He was Texas.
yeah, I thought no. And
He was practice. So no, I don't understand.
no.
He was practice. Kano wa di wa wa mta bo akuda.
Let's go cool there. No one cool there. Did you see that?
We are I remember when I like fixing. Yeah, and it looks like so much of a stretch.
That's true.
Because this person has been coding for he's 18 or 17 years old, but he's been coding for 12 years.
It's probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and when
Lady Villa, he's been coding for the rest of his life.
and now you have to catch up when in 3 years.
That's a depression, man.
So these things we need to do it as much as we can to focus on the disadvantage that we have back home.
And the only way, not the only way, but one of the ways is having such conversations of people like you willing to have conversations, willing to write books, willing to do more than what an ordinary person ba re tlholang re ba bona ko kasitsa rona. We bozor entle ke ba fitu le dira eng go dira so se le se dira, and how can we get ahead, or how can we sort of catch up with everybody else? And that's the reason why ke rata conversation ya rona, because it's not just gonna talk about monate as in all black events. Re bua ka education. Yeah. But how then Mojalefa do you deal, or have you dealt with that catching up?
Actually, it was not easy, man. It was not easy, but the one thing about me, or in very bit too much, is the way I am socially. I understand the way I am socially. I build long-lasting relationships, and I'm easy to get along. Yeah. So, I built relationships that benefited me along the way. Or someone, Cocoa City, somebody who's been through a completely different, whatever, and was in a crown of Jenny Ajana, thank you, to you. And you learn a lot from that person. I learned a lot, my brother, Agilipo, Kitagi, Kopanale, different people, different characters. And Gitu tira all of things, man. Kopanale someone, Ocho and Jenya Harry has been like this. Kopanale someone, they've been where you are. So they advise you, or no, kita go take his go UP world, and I studied computer science, kini company, outing, barkitipiza, all than me, Natana school, my sister, my older sister. So we studied computer science, go take his go. And he used to advise me, more, and I learned a lot. Like I made friends, I was assigned mentors or bantu with it. They became my friends. Yes. By you and different companies and different, points in our lives right now, but we communicate. And I'll never forget what I learned from these guys.
Yes, that's because give one what by longer in terms of, in terms of they played a role.
And not just career-wise, in terms of my success. Yes. Character development as well. That's character development as well. You learn a lot. And on net bank in Tadile, my former manager of a net bank, on Tadile, that guy called this, he had picked me who interviewed sponsorship or City. Yeah. He had picked me from a group of guys. Then Kaya City, I came back. Yeah. I'm very there. I left him. Yeah. He brought me back. Because like I said, the way killing a bit.
Yes, the relationships.
Zero relationships. And I've got respect. The one thing that people don't understand, respect will take you a long way, my brother. Because I've been like from my father, humility, respect. I don't know if you know man.
Yeah. I've seen him around.
That man is very humble and is very respectful. I will treat you with respect. Yes, But unless you give me
if you give me a reason to, then bon umutu jaka batu baba.
Simple.
And then moto how le moto hore. I sacrifice my respect first. I'll give you my full respect. And if you don't reciprocate, because I've put myself in a vulnerable position of say, who respect that. And if you don't do the same,
yeah. And because I'm both of them, and it's simple. Because I want to know, if something wants to happen to the other they be made offer. Because of the respect that by humility. There's a lot of people. By selling one but 10 years. I know one gaba phone is and they will make a plan. Because I wouldn't mind having this person in my team. Working well like I because I told her I wasn't disappointed.
Way important the blind. It's what talk about the CV.
And then you do that.
And more to all. You know how maybe you could have like will expose. Motutla bar non the CV. Baba honestly speaking on skeptical. Because you know that your reputation is at risk.
Because come on, or get a phone call. Or I grow up when I'm talking.
Or mo to how can I give?
And what happens now? The reputation ya motho o mo thusitse o recommended way. One and reputation is at stake because how do you bring people up there? And it's a problem.
And that reflects on you. Pero ko na rin mo tago har na sa mo. Since ke mo thusu.
And even if Marahona logo like Umerugo. Why defeat I do
Go to where the fee.
because this is give more to my nothing too good. So even if Untijal, ne, I get the character.
Hey.
When I look at little fella, they were Merupon. I know how I behave in a certain way, but this is my break. You know, and the background you have on it, our route or companion.
That is true.
If you know already, if Merupo fella, well, a guy.
Ish. Waha.
Like a well, a guy, after we are off to
Irang liboma.
it changes how you think.
That's how you think.
Changes how you think.
I like how you spoke about Papa. Kolaping kipaba lema.
My mom put a fifty in early 90s.
Eh, mo tayo pa siya.
I was very young. It was very difficult for my dad because my dad has not to buang too much on the Lord. Not to buang too much. Like hides or we express. Give him that divide a call, man, you know.
I know what Rabbi eats. Rohudis to give away. The whole yeah, no, Papa, I would really poor.
Come, Mama, I'll papa. I go.
You are it for this to be.
But how Mama was out for father? Things being different, you know. There was a point in my siblings either way the university one maybe.
Yeah.
There were 3 older sisters and an older brother. So how do you be something? Ne, what about that guy will love that shift from how the papa we can tabu see to Gawla losing Musadwano, home changing.
Mo change it for Lukanaka.
Yeah, he's a part of Muruti over AFA. And yeah, he had to play both roles, but fortunately also my older sisters never so when Mazamo feel like get more feel
But it must like that's like it's like for me I'm like I can't even imagine you are massive.
and every time I really get a king, go panale woman and baiti or lady back in the day, go get a game about biting papa. No, they become so proud or my brother or right or by some man about for this string. Was Namu Mama, was Namu Mama. How it becomes of them. You know, but the thing is, my dad was actively there, you know. He tried to fill that gap, as difficult as it was, on Aleka. And I learned a lot from that man.
And I guess I don't know if you are very quite happy.
Well, the other thing is that Lena, when I analyze shop or edit after that is got church commitments. Or trying to replace treasurer of the when I church board meeting. So as much as he's hardly here, he has to try and be here.
Yeah.
And how easy, you know, get the commitments I can extending how to tell them to or I when I couple shock and cancel, you know. I'm trying to lie of well, cancel up that I won't go my tour so highly go bit, you know. But every morning he would make sure I was cool. And Sundays, was not chance on that.
Why killing what about the Mona team when I go number allowed to the Richie?
And like a woman, I go there to say the paget. I don't know, get you Greg to the corner, get a car or the Uda is our hair about it. Neropopa, brother Mujalifa, I don't retell Monero. El árbol de Uta Mujalifa, brother Mujalifa. I am like, we are going to go down there, out women like as a fee, you know. I will be look as a feel. Out there, I will be one spill as a fair. Unta Ulela Monero Vesia. Viso Hayapel. Waratero, Gulera Monero Catapero. Well, yes, how better Waratera, yeah. Se fela hape batho ba tlo go neela. Fe. Batho ba neela ntate, ga ba fetsa go neela go o tswalela monelo wa thapelo, se fela sa bofelo le gona go nna.
Go nepa.
Ka ba ba tlo o tsene go ntong ka 5 ka 7 wa disia. La ya le pakela ala mela ke samba le kutlwa voice ya monna mogolo. Ja tsoga chief go te Monday to Sunday. Saturday ne one vele ke iputsa.
Wow.
Monday every day and now e ga le ndora tamoro.
Ne.
Tamoro. En le no hay. Ma go para go no. Ya go. Atu. Nara ta ubor kana ina na hagi se ala mo hagi. So ibu taro.
Ya hizo mana mo sa. Ora un no ma ko pai tain. La to ta. Un ta pulu. De to agit le bang para to. Ay ko.
Yan for no go pa de kan balu da mo sta. En wa to wa haru bu kana.
Yeah.
This why thing ke palu bungu itu ta mo. Kan ne ne.
The problem.
Mukhalo is my brother. Amuja. Botswana le mukhalo kana. Mukhalo jar ka 5 foot top pa kela rata ma.
Ini
Ka 7 to 5 kuli ya mo to na.
ka 5 ya tswa ka jarata e seng ya duma. My goodness.
So today, na pile go na ke ke ba chinta ke ritse ko na. Aloba na alwa. Ana le sa ba mo. So re ka.
Ke rena bagolo ne.
Ha tsoga ha go te no check up e ka go tsandor ka 7 a ba le go spell. Or as go te na ko ba. Bod. Ambrella rin. Abru ni. Hi 5 6. Uda just say pira ku. O ferito happy.
O imedzwe.
Papi le di exrita lo faila. Na go gre ki mara gra no eh bo. Na go to tester. With umbrella. Again I was dandur gumi.
Boa. Ai gona. But that's character. Character building also.
And again I kind of got about our hump and I'm to
Yeah.
the better price. I'm more. Narata got sama rubah ga itse.
Sentse ke batla go tsena ebile anong gore you are a typical PK. A bo kopana ka ile monate mo jale ba ka re ka bo le moru.
Atu mo ga ita. So one time. Yeah, one time. No,
And then events.
yeah, event. So the event wanna kind of go brother it is social media.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can see it on social media.
Yeah.
So honestly, there's a guy called Ponzo. Mono. Salas Katarian High and he brought me into it. That's how I got into it.
Yeah.
When I started my own thing, the Blomile guy.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's already Blomile like something it don't yeah, post down Facebook kan weekend the Blomile guy. But what comment that. Then there was this time I don't know can see after Kobe. We did my habit to do that. But you know,
Yeah. Bara o skeleton staff won't say that.
I will honestly, you know, so people like that. So that time we can. So every morning I was 6, 7 got put the blooming. But possible about say what's
Hey,
and it became a thing. We pick up over, but you can wow for to put the blooming like that or very to register.
the potential.
So launch the blooming like it's a good been successful, and then I started irradiating Taiwan. And then we are branched out also into artist management.
Yeah.
So the non-legal activity.
Interesting.
And then the all black Ubang and step. There's a friend of mine, Pedro Salam phone and I don't know. I gotta say reason. Ibang napatiri nakana roki shop. Get there a few hours and hang up the shop. Did our first one, became successful. Bamon had, pretty busy. Even the sport in the road,
Yeah.
Barbara repeta no one play.
Italy.
I think about my the talent. And it became a thing. Became a thing. So now that's how I ended up.
That's how you. Because I'm like, hey man, Motugi busy man. Silogisi popa man, and it's doing great because I was looking at the other one recently. Beautiful pictures. People are having fun. It's an event on its own. Eleng gore batho kry ba re re tsamaya weekend day otlhe.
And people, they both have the whole weekend. And the next one, yeah, next year, we want to make it a whole weekend affair. So Heritage Day and next day is on a Friday. So we will be Friday. Start Friday after that. Because I mean, if Bachubabuka comedies in Guaro,
Yeah.
they are there anyway.
But they're there anyway.
So
So you might as well
do something for them.
That's a brilliant idea. I must
But still in the
add.
pipeline, we even want to incorporate camping into it. But what's about doing who Bugari, who carry camp, who the after party venue. It's just, there's still ideas coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it started. And Leon, but Roman development idea, or rather business in general, they give up.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of money.
I can imagine.
We lost a lot of money.
I can imagine.
And now sponsors are coming on board. So all that money we lost was not from.
It was
not like Obu.
Yeah, it's an investment coming from your pocket.
And because of that, that was very much quite picture. Now we need to go hire a nice picture. Why put that? We don't know the
No guy holo.
By the way, people now are aware of the event. So that's how it goes. So eventually, we'll make the money we want to make out of it. But for now, we just about to and make sure that they are satisfied.
Yeah.
I mean, photos are guy
Go no go le monate. Go ne ke na le seganana. Go no go le monate.
They're the book. I always make sure when it comes to booking artists, or the book artist, they're corner.
Yeah.
Scan out no. Winning like at Lara, Africa.
Really gone.
My artist back in Bogan, the town, the van, I got about 3 vote out of photo. Pictures of there. That was better with Gala. Why me? You have fun together.
Everything is strategic.
Everything is strategic. Because you don't want people or Bariman like they will be.
It's not nice.
You want to have that. You want to have that relationship with the artists, the crowd, and you need to take consideration as well. Because
so the social media. Post.
And some people will let that hit out or not. WhatsApp number. Address how you go online. So you need to learn to deal with those things. I feel it's a complaint that somebody who spent the hard in the money.
Nice. Yeah.
So what do you think? Will do that. Come out and say, hey, what? You want to fight that. You don't know. Remember, if I hit something,
Fix it. No, I like the fact that you're curating an experience.
And you must be willing to use some money.
Fish.
Because eventually you want to sell it now.
That's true.
But you need to do so.
We are wishing for the right again. Madiawa kwa boy involved in modal. Madiawa gyaba na ako madiabo. Why is it sometimes we embark on programs and projects that they don't madi mo di kidzi. Batho ga ba tlhaloga.
Very important for only 5 years.
Very important.
idea. or in these 5 years, opportunity that I want to make money. But what do you want to do out
Yes.
in 5 years? Yeah.
We are getting there. We are getting there. Tshwara fela yalo. Pusha fela yalo abuti ka event e. And you will eventually reap the benefits of it.
Slowly but surely, man.
Yeah, abutla ka buka man. Ay, cool.
I did a feel like doing that.
This is fit.
Yeah, so there's another road trip as well.
Oh, is it?
Every June, I'm on Blomile. I'm partnered with Village Boy Travel.
Yes, I've seen Village Boy travels more social media. Okana be ile swazi yes. So entle ke mpetu o ikhutsa le. Ora ga go ikhutsi.
No, you know what, ne? Someone was asking me a question. Are we could linger with the game? Ke batla gore by the time ke tsena e be ke kgona go delegate as much as possible.
Yeah.
Kgona go etsa ke nna ke
Yeah.
for now, I'm not where I want to be. And if it means what I got to ban,
Yeah.
let
Let it be.
it be. You know, because I know what she be or by the time it kind of ke man now go down.
Ya go ikhutsa o nna ya no mo gae go kgona go ja reap the benefits of what you have invested in. O sentsana o na le madi. And now with this project, what do you guys do? You traveling? Blomile guy?
Yeah, so it's called the Blomile.
Le Blomile guy.
Every year, mother and Tara,
Nice.
So it's a couple of us in each one. Radicata, accommodation for San Martino. We have a nice road trip.
That's a nice setup.
The driver thing, so the passenger di jalan mana. So menatu simala the moment police start. San Martino, first night check in, welcome back, King, whatever. We spend the weekend there. Our last night we spend in Maputo.
That is beautiful, and Mozambique is a beautiful country.
Beautiful, my brother.
If Batobasa eats, it's a beautiful country.
Beautiful country. Oh, especially Kubila and the quarter They're not on an island. There's a couple of islands there. We spend the weekend there by the beach, accommodation, right?
Right, yeah.
Horse riding there, a lot of activity.
Wow, man.
Football, jet ski, you know, and we move around Carisburg.
Yes.
Go to the beach, you go to another island for lunch. You know,
It's a king, Mara. It's an experience.
yeah. And Sunday, our last night, we go there to Maputo. Spend the night there. We experience Maputo, the fish market, South Beach, and then we go try.
Entle ke o itse nna ke encourage batho ba ba lebelelang mo itse gore ba nne in contact ba book because we work so hard.
We work so hard, you know. So sometimes, like when you relax. You can pull a box around and you just relax the whole.
No way.
Before I black out, and that's through the whole weekend. Well, book you a basic.
Hey, basically.
I was just doing it.
But the point is, you had fun. You went to another country. You've been to different islands. What more do you want as a person? Bereka.
So you work hard for.
Ke thala ke ra batho ke ba ra kere wa itse o kre really so caught up in ke batla go ya ko chisanya mara ha o ka se iba madi a chisanya o sa e chisanya ma 6 months a o monna o ka iputlera go Maputo ba
Because you know, when you go back from my mother, just stay out you do the same thing over and over again. Yes, you work hard. So I tell her weekend, but we tell her the same thing.
Yeah.
So find out she's saying what about the Italian. You know, how's that? Lucky. What are you?
I don't
want to go spend 5,000, 6,000.
That is so true.
I think. Shall I get in order for our road trip? 8,000.
o ja monate dijo bojalwa o tla feta o ja monate ko pele fela with activities, yes, but transport accommodation sorted. Wena o tla iponela gore lunch ke eng ile tse go senwa that is so beautiful. Ntate se ka robala sa robale nna ke rata the road that you are on because wa itse tsela e o e tsamayang ke e bontshang batho gore you can be multifaceted gore ga e le gore ke sone sekgowa se sone seo gore motho o kgona go dira dilo di le dintsi as a person and mo goreng if your heart, that's what makes your heart full. Nna ke a tse ke re I'm excited go tla gae ke tswa mmerekong go na le gore ke ga that is my motto all the time gore ke batla gore ke tswe ko mmerekong ke tle gae be excited. I get excited ke go mmerekong but coming back from work so that I can do my own thing.
Exactly. You know, so and there's a lot of business people who discourage actually 9 to 5. And I always say we cannot all
We can't.
you cannot have a 9 to 5 and be very, very successful. It's possible. You know, it's possible as an employee to become a CEO. Yeah, you know, very
Big company outside work
and make, you know, make 50 million.
maronto ya mmereko
What's so up? I get out of miracle. That's what people need to understand because what's all about 9 to 5 people. And it's not for the kid. You just need to know, like I said, every 5 years, need sit down with a 5-year plan. Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? You know? If after 5 years, you're still at the same place you were 5 years ago, even 1 or 2 years, if you feel like you're still in the same place, you need to do something. You're doing something.
You have to
Have a 5-year plan. In 5 years, this is where
this is where I want to see myself.
you know, and to get there, I need to get there. Remember, at the start of the conversation, I said to you, when I started working, I went to the solution.
Architect.
In order to become a solution architect in IT, you need to have programming. You need to know
How to code.
You need to have infrastructure. You need to understand favor.
Well, like
You need
yes,
to understand it.
and process it.
You know, you need to have analysis. How you
Yes.
learn process. You know, you need to have all of these together. And how do you build that experience?
It's like
You need to get exposure. So it's a plan. You don't just become one.
yeah.
You know, you go through all of these.
And certification and some modality. It's a journey.
But it's a journey. So it's not overnight. It's not overnight. You will get there. But the whole.
So Bugagi Mjeiks. Bugagi the gentleman's handbook. Bugagi for me as a man, this is a very important book. What does it mean to you?
So let me start from the beginning. For the beginning of party, it depends on the because of where I come from. Where I come from is 3 o'clock. Yeah. There's a huge influx of crime. And majority magic. You know, and small boys bad with crime. And we go home and people we went to school with, and they're not doing so great. How that would shock, we put out time, I don't know how they are because of the lack of opportunity. Because they don't understand the opportunity and they never expertise. You understand? And because of this, I sat down and I was like, you know, hypothetical. I was not exposed to opportunity. It's because of the discipline that I did and like I paid my bill in that led me to that. So can you give out something that's gonna help resolve the issue? There's a lot of programs for the young child. You know, when I was in school, there was something called DLIP,
Intervention program.
which has focused at molding.
Ngwana Setswana.
There's another one, I don't know if it still exists, Katie Guerra Child.
Yeah.
We don't have the equivalent program. So what society are we building if we are polishing the girls' habit of leaving the boys' habit? We are creating, we are trying to fix an imbalance, creating
Another imbalance.
and what are you boys exposed to? They are exposed to Batuwana Bujara, Batuava, and all of that, you know. And that's all we know. And that's what we think
Is the way life is.
the way to go. So I'm trying to change that. And you can even see it in some of the people who are successful, our fellow black brothers. I'm talking about people who are educated,
Yes, I wasn't in school.
but they are unable to succeed, you know, because we in schools, because ruta ngwana o kwala, o ruta ngwana o bua, o ruta ngwana go ira math, but nothing about building character.
About building character.
So because you don't build character, you don't invest in building character.
Yeah.
Yeah, young people. You get to a point where you have somebody who's educated as a
I was man.
even if they are employed, they cannot grow because they don't have the time. They don't have the info.
Wow.
You understand? So this is me trying to bridge that gap. And I don't want people who are
I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And also, you've written this book out of your mistakes as well. So that bana ba ba tlang ko morago ga gago ba se ke ba gata fo fitileng
I took it from my mistake. So I know what about how I do our level. But I've learned a lot. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes. Today, if somebody had advised me against it, and I made those mistakes, and because of character building, I learned from my mistake. And I'm trying to teach people delivering. It's not just about building, teaching boys how to behave and stuff. And it's also like the gap that exists. Varsity, you know, you realize
That's true.
it's not because of Harvard people, but they were never given.
They were never given the opportunity there.
And as a gentleman, you need to know how to take care of yourself. Beyond, above and beyond.
As a gentleman, we don't tap, man. A simple thing.
You know, so it's about building the almost perfect.
Yeah.
With regards to how the way we talk, the way you approach it, the way you communicate. Like I said, you can be very intelligent.
Yes.
You can be very educated. But if you don't know how to communicate, the problem. Teacher school and
yeah.
But because they don't know how to communicate, they learn at heart. And the teacher are very intelligent, but because how to communicate, the student, they can't absorb them. because of communication
skills.
So, like I'm saying, ruta bana ko bala ko kwala. Nobody focuses on that.
Nobody says e rotse nako ya gore re go rute gore go nna monna in the future ke eng.
And we're living in a modern world. I hope you know how the modern world. You know, mosadi wa tlhatswa pa. Everybody out there. All of us there. And then now I'm an African man who went to the past. As much as I'm saying this, but I'm not saying more than
Mara oga wa bitamato.
Lu tajila si o ngor tajila rala.
Hey.
Or tajila lagi. You know, I need to be able to feel like that.
Yes.
Lagi bilang no
king man. And basadi ba confuse that thing. How no. Na ke batla mosadi o itseng wa pa o itseng go kolomaga. No, ga ke re gore nna dutso ga ke di kgone ga ke di tsora ga ke tlo go di dira.
Mosadi o sna mato o ga bona. O shapiso a. But we need to teach our kids how to do those things. Ai or kamu hasta depend na mo. Mosadi mwana wanyama. Hasta depend na mo.
That is so true.
But as much as we are teaching the girl child what they will teach him, I don't know.
If I
So this book, it's about building character. We are building future leaders, not just leaders in corporate, community leaders.
We lack those
community leaders, leaders everywhere, church, everywhere.
What are you saying? Even
because we've got people, but they don't have.
But they don't have the leadership qualities. They don't have the basic understanding of what and who and what makes up a man.
You know, and one other very important thing inside the gentleman's book. I've got a chapter and which is something that you know, in our culture, you must let mental health so much, especially in boys, in men. You know, men don't have the capacity to speak out. What I let me out which is wrong. You know, because we've got boys, majita mawatu bani zoro wana mjara. And and we forget for this something that led this to get here.
And I don't know security.
But once you get to the isn't that emotional?
For di mane ga anwe too much fela. Di mane ga tshintse banyana fela. Di mane ga shape basadi fela. Una le mathata di mane.
And you find the very same parents who are complaining about this child are the ones who are actually causing the child. So it's educational. It's not just for boys or no. It's about anyone who's invested in character development.
You
know, as a mother to a boy child, and the cousin, as a father. It's not just for Majida. It's for everybody who's invested in character development.
Yamaji.
So, yeah, and if you look at the chapter,
it's very interesting. Gar kibuze di chapter ne, and hagelebella di chapter about cultivating character. Cultivating character, like you were saying, mastering the art of communication. Go ka se gai. Ke kganya gore ke mang po. And ga o le po e fetang tse dingwe go ena re go reetsa
even if you don't speak sense, but because of our time or because you're the loudest, you get into this.
Yes.
You know, and then there's a saying, the old Chinese saying, where um, an army of lions led by a donkey. Much I think actually an army of donkeys led by a lion
By a lie is much stronger.
than
Uh,
army of lions.
led by a dog.
You guys should
That is so important.
like I said, for food and power. You know, as a man, you need to be able to lead. You know, and leadership doesn't or because you are allowed it like you say.
Yeah.
Or help all time. But you need to know them.
No. You have to make sense. So ntse bona like o bua ka dilo tse di important ene re di bua re fopholetsa malatsinyana gore o tle bo bolelela batho about EQ or emotional intelligence. Gore ba fethu read the room.
And it goes back to the smaller thing. You know, somebody, and I'm going to make a silly example. You know, some mujita mo excited or you know you did deer. And because the deer are high deer, one part.
And again,
One part. And what is going to do? He's going to react according to what he thinks. So I will react to one part because we really high deer.
emotional intelligence o kore bo ite Mjeiks o palelwa ke go decode a simple no. Mostana gore a re no gore a mara o buetse go tlase.
And it goes back to what I saying, the environment, what we are exposed to.
Yeah.
Wanna that government or wanna power react a bit mama. And that you think that all right.
That's
You think
normal.
that's wrong. You know, kind of boy already can't decode it because in most community or some community not most, women don't have work. Ubuang you know, or one you can't say no to me because when you put a man, you know, and doing everything it's the matter of education, educate someone, or more. How much are you about? It's used to, you know. Even if them said
Even ke wa
like orange, no, even they got 7. Alam sa dua uli raja. Today we are in a hard view of the athlete. That it is not from but they would spend over no matter and every day na.
Nanga 7 why sorry.
Why? But basically,
She doesn't feel it.
as much as alam sa dua and as much as I would try to talk, if today she doesn't feel like doing, she does not feel like doing.
That's
And
true.
she everywhere now around there. And you need to be able to take it. So it's stuff like that we need to educate young about. Because some of them little no ya no pauta kagwal magdama rebararo no. Masadwa ara masadwa ma.
Waga. Uta le mara ke mo ntseditse magadi.
And that is that. And you realize how strongly that person feels about it. Mutako upila oro na because
Wow, man.
and that's exactly how he feels. And according to him, is fire. You know, so it's a matter of exposing information, educating people. For Razama of
Mathata a nnang le one.
that's what.
Ene o bone go batla go bona gore borre re tlogela mathata Mjeiks o lebelele Mamazala ka bona gore borre mare re tlogela mathata a mantsi le basadi ba o lebelele Mamazala. So ke yone kgang eo Mjeiks gore why the emotional intelligence is a key very fundamental to an upbringing of a man. Yeah.
Mana complain. Lot of that out there, like, wow. If you got emotionally, you will sit down and you will listen to it. You will what people allow, what will you? Everyone come. And then, why our man? So let me give it,
I give him a chance that I blow up.
you know. And after it, well, even if you feel like that, before you got emotionality, udaga pache umban, pero mo pila ho, kumonta, uwali. But if you're gone, immediately comfortable. Para the and then at the end of the day, para mo to awal kalau basket.
What goal must be
If anything, you just need it.
worse?
Para so emotional intelligence is very important. Able in how you handle it. Yeah, how you grow on therefore. How you get more clear.
Ne.
You understand? Conflict management.
So it's basically in every little thing that we do as human beings. I guess as human beings, or if you can master the skill, at least you've got a proper building block where hore o tla ya kae.
This is it. Like, no, yeah, I'm not going to how can I move to Motrao Hatabo? Right.
Give you
In how you respond to that situation, that's going to decide how your day is. That's a lot. If rain, why pick up or rain, like cabana, you know, the guy escalator, no one way or the other, put it out to be able to be color, or when I want to be able to be like
Yeah.
or when I to wear and now you have to deal with it. So already your day, your entire week,
Unale case
report or utli maybe insurance the family that you put up by being emotionally. You avoid such miracle. After 2 minutes only with Kamato, your day is bright. Your miracle. Your day is normal. Just by making one decision in 2 seconds. Right, now your mind is out.
Yeah, because a re bue ka bana, especially bafana ba ko kafi tse re golang ko go tsone ko metseng, very impulsive.
Very important.
Wa mo gata go gata motho fela Mjeiks.
La morago so ini ga de mo morago so ke ma pila ora katarema
What's it? Rigidi mbenyida.
it's very simple man. We avoid something like that kama so wa to pressure and nervo you can that wa ta ba ka
Yes.
or wa da la rena wa mi da ba la wa una liki
Now I can just imagine Mjeiks o report-a ko mmerekong ka founu gore mona nna ke tletse ke tlhabilwe maabane
or betrayal
or ke tshwerwe ke le
because ke ne ke beta mo mo ga ntira la ma
ne re ka motlatsa le nna
ka go beta motho le ka itile ka thobane motho go so go go tinyerile wa
Mjeiks.
this time react and you can easily avoid being emotional.
Yo. So that's why ke re na this book and monate wa yone ke di-practice le di-scenarios
You hold scenario after every chapter and be
ga go mara Mjeiks ko la go kate mara ora ro bafana ba a re ba neetse buka a tle re ba tsholetse.
in my mind I had the idea even if it's a 15 minutes every day or what's so address these issues every time because like I said you find very educated like balik at emotional intelligence, balik at character integrity, confidence, because they were never taught. They were never taught. Like, so if we teach them, we are building confidence.
Because na ke a tshoga when I look at these young boys maladia, a simple thing is respect. I like le gore fa ya go bontsha gore these are one of those core values gore wa itse keng respect, discipline, and you look at these young boys today, there's no respect ebile for batho ba bang ke a bona for bone themselves. Then Mjeiks, in closing abuti ke batla gore a kere one thing that I like is how to become or becoming a modern man.
A modern gentleman.
A modern gentleman.
Because we are living in modern times, you know. Even the one thing also in that book that um the chapter everything about online dating. So, like I think you look at, yeah, because you know the laws have changed. You can get arrested for it to stay online.
Online, Mjeiks.
You can threaten somebody unintentionally or say something that offends them. So in a reference for that, you need to watch what you say online because the internet does not work.
I always look at your I always look at your posts on Facebook. Very neat, very articulate, very clear, very respectful. Gandhi buga. Gandhi buga.
You need to watch what you say online. You need to watch what the internet does.
But the around with when I rock heal. You are rock kana young.
Why not? So these things, I'm also 20 years from now, 10 years from now, your sign is going to go online about Papa and Lipton. So we write well, you understand?
I get you.
So things that people do online, especially this content monetization, you know, people do things to claim that they can. I'm just saying, right? You know, 10 years from now, you'll be wired
Older.
and what I'll be there. Level like a whole new thing of it and level up the top and that not exist because of what you did.
10 years ago.
We've seen you make it.
We've seen you naked. We've seen you swearing at people. We've seen, I mean, a lot of people we know who they've lost jobs just because okwadile something says something sharp on the internet.
And I'm not going out. You know, there things continue. But you need to sit down, think about it. You know, watch what you do.
But now Baba started doing research and saying things based on a baseless. We bother him on how word about motu. Utla guy se bit is a guy. When it boils down to this.
Already, I was a victim. You know, somebody wrote something about me, probably in order to be crazy.
Ow, mon, Mjeiks, Simon.
Even people who you thought were in your corner. Oh my God, I want to shit and then you wonder, what the hell?
What the hell?
Like I said,
Adam Mjeiks, eh.
they take whatever it is and they put them.
And when you have to accept it, why is it sometimes why it's maka and spring lies and but to Baba Huiti in never long for the perpetuating this thing. And you're like, you're sitting there all alone or how and nanigina kita girgina leba tumon.
But that is one thing I will never explain myself to anyone except the people and it because they were before we take whatever they should ever come to me. And they'll ask me and look with a hand. And I will explain. You understand? And I will explain before they took that. But for the time I get a going color.
Linda,
I know
have all the same opinion.
and the people whose opinion I tell. As long as
Bar shapura go understand that root really because when a lot of Mjeiks, you must understand re kopana le bone ko ntle and they're here to ride a wave. They're not here to build. And going back to how we started our conversation about how you build relationships. Or you build relationships on respect, on integrity, on discipline, on wanting to know people from personal basis. Abe ba bangwe wa go kopana le bone ba sa tshola the same intention.
And other people, they really know what they hear or what. So kena lo kopana le mos. E be re simola re kwa gore ke. How do not Friday? How will them to get on that? And you've made up your mind about. So before we do, so let us how kopana le something. You be like, yeah, it's a little bit more. Kind of what you don't even know.
No, but you don't know me, but from a bowels too.
But so get to know something.
Yes, abuti ke dumetse gompieno ke buile le wena. I now know from this book gore a gentleman is not born.
Not a gentleman is not born. A gentleman is not born. It's like what I said about character, discipline. You don't. You have one. And over time, it's not something that you learn now. You keep learning. And if you invest in yourself as a man, you must know that you'll never stop
learning.
You invest in yourself, you learn, until you back.
Build. We must always look at character building, like you are saying, discipline, being committed to the cause. And that is the only way you can have thata ya gore le ga batho ba ka bua yang ka wena, you will remain who you are.
The chapter.
Yeah, the chapter that I'm so kwa se mona kwa le so kwa mona itse king mona Mjeiks gore how or a gentleman is not born. He is built through choices, discipline, reflection, and the commitment to the continuous growth. This book has taken you through many layers of manhood. Each chapter offering tools to strengthen your character, your relationships, your habits, your future. The path of a gentleman is not always easy, but it is always worth it.
Now, in closing, I want to say, so every young boy, your background and your life journey, you might see your story, but it should. But see, also, you don't see it. Where you come from, what you feel, as much as you contribute to your story and who you are, you should not. You, the trade, faith and praise. So what you do, from where you come from, but you action that you could post for, so the man, what kind of them, one thing comes about,
Gee. Mjeiks ke a leboga. Rona re le podcast ya Mo Itse, know him or her. Ne ke batla go bolela fela buti ke gore ke re ra go bona. Ke gore ke re ra go utlwa. Ibile re rata so se dirang. Continue doing what you are doing because you are holding the fort for so many young men out there. So ka gore a loka ona mafoko ao. Ke batla go ra ke re ra go rata, ra go bona, ra go utlwa. Tswela o ntse o dira tiro e dirang e. Go ya go ile modimo a go tsogofate modimo ile a go okeletsa. Jaaka ke atle ke tswalle ka gore ka monna o rata ke nna ke tswallao. Ke re bareetsi ba rona kgotsa babogedi ba rona ke ba ra kere modimo ke lerato ke modimo. Ke atle ke re o nne le pelo e ntle fa o le motho, o nne le pelo e jegang, o nne le pelo e tshweu, o nne le pelo e tsetseng bopelonolo, o nne pelo e tletseng bopelonolo ke yone pelo e tsetseng bo modimo. E re fa motho yo go tlhokwa ga gago a le mo dipharagobeng o tlo mo fe yone, o mo fa modimo. Mme ka go rialo ke a re Re tla kopana gape ka letsatsi le lengwe fa Modimo le badimo ba rata. Sala, ke a leboga.